Why did ancient civilizations develop fractions? Imagine trying to share a loaf of bread equally among friends or measure out a potion in a potion shop. How would you do it if the pieces weren't whole? That's where fractions come in. Long ago, people faced these exact problems and needed a way to express parts of a whole. Ancient civilizations created fractions to solve real-world issues like dividing land, measuring grain, or sharing food. When they split something into equal parts, they needed a way to describe those parts precisely. Whole numbers couldn't do that because they only counted full items. Fractions let them show parts like half or a third, making sharing and measuring fair and accurate. The earliest evidence of fractions comes from ancient Egypt around 2,000 years before the Common Era. Egyptians mainly used fractions with a numerator of 1, called unit fractions. For example, 1/2, 1/3, and 1/4. They had special symbols and tables to help write and calculate these fractions. These tools made it easier for scribes to divide resources or figure out the area of a field. Other civilizations, like the Babylonians, also used fractions but in a different way. They based their system on the number 60, called sexagesimal. This system influenced how we measure time and angles today. Their tablets show they used fractions for trade and astronomy, helping them solve practical problems. Greek mathematicians like Euclid and Pythagoras studied fractions more deeply. They connected fractions to shapes and music, showing that ratios and proportions are everywhere in nature. Their work helped us understand that fractions are not just for dividing things but also for understanding patterns and relationships. From an algebra point of view, fractions are what we now call rational numbers. These are numbers that can be written as a ratio of to whole numbers. Developing fractions helped people see that numbers could be parts of a whole and still be manipulated mathematically. This idea is key in solving equations and working with algebraic expressions. In short, ancient civilizations developed fractions to describe parts of a whole in everyday life, like trade, building, and measuring. They used fractions to solve practical problems and laid the foundation for more advanced math concepts. Fractions made it possible to do precise calculations beyond whole numbers, which helped grow the field of mathematics and algebra. Learning how these numbers started helps us see how they are still useful today for describing and working with parts of anything, big or small.